Are you tired of being absolutely burnt out on any writing project that you do? Are you tearing your own hair out because you're just like, what the heck am I doing anymore? Are you feeling discouraged with what we call imposter syndrome in the business, or are you just in a state of malaise? Well, luckily for you, Kat the Crowing Author here is here for another writing craft video. And let's just say that this particular crow with a writing desk episode is going to be something that you didn't necessarily expect. My name is Kat the Crow-Winged Author here at the Magic Library, and today we're going to be talking about the importance of taking breaks. Shameless plug here at the beginning. My book Arborea Lux is up on Amazon, and it's just waiting for reviews at this point. Arborea Lux is a paranormal dark fantasy with a little bit of mystery, a little bit of romance, and a plot to overthrow the ruling monarchy. It follows the journey of Lux, who has to journey from where she wakes up in a field of dead flowers several miles outside the gates of Obsidia Terma, all the way through the social ranks to find out what happened to the last Aster Blood, a girl named Lexia, who is the twin sister of the one who saved her life in the Pale Woods. It is a very good story from anyone that I've known who's read it, and they seem to be very interested in how I make the story so immersive. But I'll get to that at a later point. For another video. So, but just know that my book is for sale on Amazon right now, and I would just absolutely love if you would read it and perhaps give a review. It would just make my day. So please. But shameless plug out of the way. Let's get on to the video. Okay, so this video is about taking breaks, and I will say this: however long of a break you take, it can vary greatly. When I was writing my debut novel, Arborea Lux, when I was in the middle of the first draft, I actually took an entire month off because it was just, I was feeling, one, a little burned out, but I was also severely blocked. And one of the reasons for that is because I was literally writing on it, and I was just stuck. I didn't know where I wanted to go with it. And I will say this, that this is one of the problems that many discovery writers have. It's one of the many caveats, and compared to being a traditionalist, which is basically you plot your entire book out by an outline. And I do not outline books because I stopped outlining when I was in high school. But this one caveat sort of poses problems for us because we know what we want to happen there at the end. We just don't know how to get to that point. And so this is one of the many times where you're going to end up needing you're gonna need to take a break and come back with fresh eyes. And during that entire month where I was taking a break from Arborea Lux, I actually spent a lot of that time doing either another writing project, or I was doing just what I could. This may be an actually odd little piece of advice for anyone who's on a break or is blocked. But my piece of advice is, don't think about it. Try to distract yourself from it. And there's actually a reason for this. If you have an undiagnosed ADHD brain like me, and you absolutely refuse to take medication, then you are more than likely your brain is more likely to just wander off if you're doing a mundane or routine task. And when you do something like that, where you can just let your brain wander, your brain tends to wander to the uncharted corners of the mental seas of your brain. And that is all of a sudden when the sea monster of what I like to call a plot twist decides to come up and literally corkscrew around your small ship. That was actually a very good analogy. I liked that analogy. I have another idea for a t-shirt. Yay! But yeah, you see where I'm going with this. Ideas tend to come when you least expect them. That's why I always carry around a notebook with me. And it's actually very odd. I actually never wrote down any of the plot twists I had for Arborea Lux. I always kept the manuscript with me, but I never wrote any of it down in another notebook. I actually wrote it down in the margins of the first manuscript. But that's the importance of taking breaks. I mean, like, on one side, you're able to let your brain rest from it so that the plot twist sea serpent can just corkscrew around your ship and just feed you ideas as it's trying to maul your small ship to death. But yeah, that's basically that's basically how I got through the first draft of Arborea Lux. That's how I completed it, even with taking an entire month off, because I think I wrote it like, let me see, at the time of this recording, it is May 8th. So yeah, next month it will actually have been an entire year since I started the first draft of Arborea Lux and everything. I finished it within, I want to say, 4 months, 5 if you count the month that I took off. And then I went through, did the revisions, and then for the entirety of NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month, which in November, I actually spent that entire time doing revisions and edits for the second and third draft. And yeah, I will say this, taking breaks is absolutely necessary. Taking breaks is also necessary for another reason, and it's this: you don't want to burn yourself out. If you are a creative person like me, or in general, you tend to, like, if you focus solely on just one particular subject and don't like take breaks or anything, or like try to like deviate your routine and everything, that one topic becomes routine, and you don't really want that. What you want is to moderate yourself, and moderating yourself goes a super duper long way in one, letting your mind rest so that that your brain doesn't become fried. And it also helps you to pace yourself, because it's like, your first draft is just your bare bones, is just the bare bones anyway. And it's just the structure. You know what you want at the end. This is just like the main story beats of how you get there. The main details don't come until later, and that is completely okay to take breaks in between doing your first draft and your second. I mean, I know I didn't. I mean, like, I finished the entire round of revisions and annotations for the first draft of Arborea Lux in literally one day. But that's because I was on a roll. I was also hyper, and I was just so excited to finish it. Excitement can be a good fuel, but at the same time, it is also a sort of like NOS turbo fuel that could like severely burn out your brain if you're not careful. So what I suggest that my fellow newly budding authors do is take a break every once in a while. I mean, like, first of all, you're taking on a very, like, just complicated feat. I mean, like, and it's just, you don't need to exactly focus all of your energy on that one thing. Find some other things to, like, distract you, and that will actually help out your writing a great bit. One of the many things I do to take a break and everything is actually I write a fan fiction, which I'm actually doing right now, and my and a certain author friend of mine is actually very, very intrigued by this, because I have chosen to write a fan fiction of her work because I'm such a big fan of it, and she's just absolutely thrilled. And during my time of asking questions and everything, she's actually asked me to help her out with a project to sort of continue the series. And it's not really a continuation, it's more of a compilation of like all of the knowledge you need to know for the series and everything. And I'm honored to help her out with that. I actually need to make her a list of all the things that she needs for this. But back onto the topic of taking breaks. Yeah, besides doing that and everything, I will actually just let my brain wander by listening to music. I mean, like, even though that's a tool that I use to actually further my writing, it's good to just like, it's good to let your minds just relax a little bit. I say as I listen to the League of Legends Warriors cover by Two-Way, but I digress. I mean, like, if you ever listened to the song before, it's like, it's a really like, excuse YouTube for the sudden demonetization. It's really, really badass, and it's like, it's a good, it is a absolutely awesome fighting song, and that's just, and anyone who's not listened to it, I highly recommend that you do. But those were just things for me to sort of just like relax and let my brain just like rest. For any one of you out there, it could be something completely different. It could be working with your hands, or it could be like baking or cooking. It could be just absolutely not touching anything creative at all, but letting your mind watch TV, work with your hands and playing video games, which I actually used to do. I need to actually try to get back into The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, but I bet I'm a little busy at the moment. It could be a road trip. It could be just like just absolutely grounding yourself, because in a way, writing is a sort of magic too. One of my favorite lines from this book, if you actually remember. And that actually, in my belief from that actually sort of stems from research I've had to do for the rewrite of one of my earlier stories. And it's that magic in and of itself, according to those who practice it and everything, it's basically sending out your energy from your body and drawing off of everything around you. And while I think, and while I do believe, and I do believe that to be true in some cases, I also believe that if you keep that energy out for too long, you become drained and just like almost gaunt of any creative power or anything. So it's good to like sort of draw that energy in, to ground yourself, and to just like to make sure that you are part of this world, and you are not necessarily in the world that you're creating. Because I will admit that I've actually been sort of one to, you know, just absolutely sometimes lose myself in a story. And it's because I get on such a roll in everything that I just want to finish it. I want to finish it. I want to finish it. I want to finish it. And at the end, I'm exhausted. And so while writing is a kind of magic, it is also important to take some time for yourself. This entire video has turned into a self-care promo, so please take care of yourself, everybody. No matter what you do, whether you're a writer, whether you're an artist, whether you are a baker, a cook, you need some time for yourself and everything. And you don't always need to be focused on your little work in progress baby. It's just like, you need to rest, you know, spend some time by yourself or with your friends or family. Just take a break. And it's like, and don't worry about about getting so distracted that you don't come back to it. Sometimes longer breaks are in fact necessary. So just take that advice in stride. So, and that is it for this video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will say this. The last writing craft video I did for the Crow Has a Writing Desk series reached 35 views in 3 days, and that's sort of impressive considering the highest viewed video is actually my Welcome to the Magic Library video at the very beginning of this channel for and that was at like 38 views, so it's like I'm glad everybody likes it so much. If you guys like this video, please like it and leave a comment down below of what you want me to talk about during this series. What kind of writing advice would you give to someone? Or if you have any questions, definitely put them down in the comments below. I will gladly answer them. If you want to see more content like this and also more content like book talk or Coco with the Crow or Crow on the Road, make sure to subscribe and click that bell for more notifications. Arborea Lux is up on Amazon, and if you are interested in getting a copy, I will put the Amazon link down in the description below. And something new I'm going to be doing at the end of my little Crow with the Crow Has a Writing Disc series videos, I will be putting up a story prompt for you guys to try. So the prompt is going to be up right here, and I will leave it up until the end of the video before the end credits. So and even if that's not enough time, you can like pause this video and write it down. So yeah. And what I want you to do is I want you to write a few paragraphs concerning this prompt and everything. And please, and if you're willing to share it and everything, this little exercise, I want you to go to my Facebook page that's down in the description below, Kathleen I. Lyons, the author, and I want you to put down, and I want you to write out in the status bar and everything what you wrote and everything. I would be very interested in seeing what you wrote and seeing what your brains have come up with. I want to see the little sparks flying, the sparks of creativity. So yeah. All my other socials are down in the description below as well. And I hope that you guys have a very wonderful day today. This is the beginning of a new week, and a lot of changes have especially been made on my end. So yeah. I hope you guys have a very wonderful day. I hope you guys are just letting your minds just wander and are able to create what you want. One of my favorite sayings that I like to say at the end of these videos is that a world awaits beyond the cover of a book, and it is just waiting for you to immerse yourself in its pages of the story, of its characters, of its entire environment. And I think that's a good way for escapism to just take hold and to let you just escape this world that we're in right now. Because in times of uncertainty, we also, in essence, sort of need a break. And what better way to take a break than to focus on ourselves, or to focus on something that we're passionate about, and to just let the worries of the world slip away. This has been Kat the Crow-Winged author here at the Magic Library, and I hope you guys have a very wonderful day. Bye guys.